early so people can log in and we can get started with tonight's subject. So take your time, log in, and don't forget to say hello so I know that you're here with me. Lots of exciting news tonight. Giving you guys time to log in. There's one person with me, two people, so say hello so I know you're with me. I'll get started at 8 o'clock with tonight's title. So just waiting for, hey, Mark. I am hanging out, getting all excited about the cruise. And hey, Shaymum, hi. I hope I said that right. So thank you guys for letting me know who's watching. Hey, Jamie, that's my bestie girl. How you doing, love? I'm gonna be in y'all hood on Friday. Our friend I'm actually getting off early half day, so I'll probably be coming out your way and being out there Friday. So give me a shout. Oh, it's Monica. Okay, well, hi, Monica. I can only go by your name. So hi, Monica. Oh, that's up there. All right. I'm going to give a few more. As soon as it hits 8 o'clock, we'll get started. I'm just letting some people log in. Tonight's going to be an interesting topic. So we're going to talk about angels and demons. Ooh, what are they? Hi, Cindy. And Bonnie. Okay, hi. All right, so everybody's logging in. Good. In about 3 more minutes, we'll get started. Like I start my podcast right at 8. Friday, we have dinner for little Marks. Oh, that's right. You did say that. Oh, well, that's all right. I'll still be out at 9ish. Yeah, we go to our spot. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We go to our spot. I'll be with Daphne. She's taking the baby to the vet on. I know you will be. Yeah. She's taking the baby to the vet on Friday. Hi, Jesse. Great. So good. We get started in 2 minutes. 8 o'clock. We'll get started. I'll do the official announcement, and then we'll get on the topic. And I got some things that I can show everybody. Some upcoming events and things that are happening. I need Misty to send me some of the events that we're doing together, so I could post those on my podcast. That would be good. Also, while I got y'all, I'm going to mention it probably when it's almost that time, so I'll just wait and do it all. Because I do have an event this Saturday. All right, we'll give it, as soon as it hits 8 o'clock, we'll get started. Because I got enough of you guys in here to get it rolling. All right, come on, 8 o'clock. Okay, we're filling up. Good. All right, come on, 8 o'clock. Let's get started here. All right, let's see. All right, now. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Touching Eternity podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick. Tonight, we're going to talk about angels and demons and personal responsibility. So, before we get started, hey, TK. And so, before we get started, let me share a few things with you before I forget. So, first thing that's coming up is Discovering the Medium in You. It's a class that I'm teaching on July 19th and July 20th. So if you're interested in that class, please come and sign up for that. The next class that I'm going to be offering is Energetics and that is going to be August 23rd and 24th. Both of these are weekend courses. They both can be done online. That class is $125. That class is a lot of fun. In fact, there's a game in there that we play called Angels and Demons, but that's not what tonight's topic's about. So that's really interesting as well. But the big news is it is finally posted and ready, and people are already starting to call. Touching Eternity 2026, the Sense Healing Cruise, will be April 19th to 26th. Go to my website to learn more about the cruise. It tells you how to register for the cruise. It tells you what the current pricing is, but that does change. So it's what it was when it started, but that price will fluctuate and change a little bit depending upon when you book. It just depends on if it's the closer it gets, usually the higher it gets. So, and they do have a company like Affirm that you can pay for your cruise. Hi Celeste. There is also a company you can do to pay for your cruise with 0% financing if you want to finance the cruise as well. The cruise is separate from the course, so you can come on a cruise and hang out with us when we're not in classes, and it doesn't cost you anything, or you can join the courses. And so the courses are $400 if you pay in full by the end of the year, and you can make $100 payments, so you can pay all in full for the course for Touching Eternity. If you do it all by the end of the year, you get a $50 discount. So it'll be only $350 for the courses. There are two recommended excursions that if you want to go, you can pick them up. I didn't add them into the price because some people might want to do one and not do the other. So it just depends on you if you want to. So one is a journey to see the healer that makes all the herbs from the rainforest, and she talks to you about how she does that and teaches you a little bit. Hey Dina, she teaches you a little bit about what she does, and then what I'm trying to see if enough people are interested, we're going to go back down there and study with her for a week and learn how to make medicine from plants, plant medicine. So it's gonna be really interesting. And the other excursion is to one of the sea notes and a short cruise, and a short journey to go sense. And I don't want to tell you, it's like you go into a pyramid, like not a pyramid, but you go into an ancient place, and then you're going into a sea note, and we're going to have you guys sense that, which we're going to teach sensing. That's why it's called the Sense Healing Cruise. We're going to teach you sensing before you go, and then that's where you will go do your exercise. So and that's for people who are really into like paranormal investigation. If you're into just learning to sense, to feel history and those things, that would be a really, really, really great. That's going to be the excursion for you. You can do them both, or you can do just one or the other. And there's a lot of benefits. I know a couple people have already called because the cruise agent called me today, and while I was at work, and told me that she's already had people call in to ask about. Yes, I know you caught me live. She did call me today. Nicole called me and said, I've already got people calling. She goes, this is going to be a great cruise. So yes, it is going to be a great cruise, and I hope many of you can join us. We put it out as quick as we can. I've also got some other teachers who want to sign up with us. So I don't know yet. I'm speaking to one tomorrow, so there may be some additional people coming on the cruise that might do some teaching. So that we will see. So let's get on board, get on the cruise, and come join us. There'll be events in the evening times for you to go to if you want. There'll be a mediumship gallery for sure. There'll be storytelling time, especially with our good friend Jill Mercia. She is this TikTok storyteller. So so there'll be like a pajama party maybe, and everybody sitting around, her listening to stories and stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some trivia. One night we're going to have trivia, paranormal and metaphysical and spiritual trivia. And so there'll be a trivia. We'll have prizes and all for everybody. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a fun cruise. With your cruise price, everything is included. Your meals, your alcohol, your sodas, your taxes is in that price that they're telling you. all of your gratuities are included in that price as well. So the only extra cost on my website, it will tell you what is included and then what are the extra costs. So check it out. Go have fun. Go to my website and look it up and have some fun with us. So that's Touching Eternity, the cruise. So anyway, everybody's been asking for it, so now it's out, and we are definitely doing it. I've booked my room. Misty's booked her room, and we had a couple more people join us that are called, looking at booking their rooms already. So very, very excited about that. Anyway, so tonight I wanted to talk a little bit about angels and demons, because that seems to be a really hot topic lately. And most of you know, some of you met with me on Sunday night, and we talked about getting together. What's the website, baby? sid-patrick.com. It's my name with a dash, sid-patrick.com. Kalila and I did a show here on my podcast about soulless people, and now she's invited me because as an author she wrote a book on soulless people, and so now she wants to, after what she's learned with her, she wants her and I to get together and have that conversation again on her podcast. And I think she's calling her podcast NOLA Paranormal. I could be wrong. But I will get that out to you once I get with Kalila and we set that up. But before we get there, I want to talk about angels, demons, the universe, and how it affects us personally. How does it affect us? And when I do teach my energetics course, we talk a lot about how people and places and things affect us energetically. And we learn that in that course that we have to, all in all, we have to take personal responsibility for the way we behave. And again, how we behave is what we've learned. It's what we've learned through our life. It's the people, what's been the positive, the negative, and everything in between that we've been exposed to. Sometimes we might have a condition, a medical condition that creates us to act a certain way or be a certain way. I said, so it's all about the word understanding. Understanding is my word for 2025. Understanding is my word, because like I tell you, I gave up on forgiveness. I don't forgive anybody anymore. I just understand you. And as long as you're positive around me, I keep you close. When you get negative, I put you on the other side of the fence until that energy changed between us. Hey, Rhonda. So what I want people to understand with that is that, like, your body is your universe, and you make choices every day to be the person you want to be, or the energy you want to project out. Some of us have an angel on the shoulder, and all of us have a demon on the shoulder. So we try to suppress that one as much as we can. But, and I've noticed, like, even with myself, when I am in certain situations, things would run to my head, and I go, where did that come from? And then I realize I learned that from somebody. Hey, Paul, I actually learned that behavior or that negative response from somebody. And so I had to understand that so that I can prevent that from becoming a part of who I am. And in energetics, we watch a film, and a lot of all my medium students, I make watch it over and over again. And that is the film by Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor, which is called A Stroke of Insight, where she explains about the right brain and the left brain and how it all works. And she describes how your mind works, and how mediumship works, and how psychic awareness works, because we use our senses when we do that. So sometimes we have to make a conscious decision not to do something, or to come from a place of love, or come from a place of the heart. But if all we're surrounded with is negativity, somebody screaming at us all the time, and people talking down to us, or us not feeling like we've accomplished what we should have accomplished, so all that bears weight on us. It bears weight on you as a person. And sometimes that, when you have that angel and demon on one shoulder, sometimes that demon takes over that angel. And so energetically, basically, angels and demons are positive and negative energy. And so when I teach energetics, that's why I teach you how to build that mode of positive energy. We teach you how to feel it. We teach you how to be aware of when something is happening to you, how to understand it. But the biggest piece of energetics and angel is taking personal responsibility for your actions, and knowing whether you were being an ass or you were being kind. It's up to you. You're going to be an ass, or you can, because some people make you an ass. I get that. I do drive the interstate during rush hour, so I get it. So I tell you, figure out and try to start understanding where your behaviors come from. And once you do that, you will then, it's not that you're going to get rid of them, but you'll have better control over them. They can come out when you need them to come out, because sometimes the little demon in me does come out when it needs to, especially when the Papa Bear comes out in me, and I get angry because somebody's trying to hurt somebody close to me. So I think Magni just fell. Did y'all hear that? Not hearing him walking. I'm sorry about that, guys. I just heard a big noise in the house. I was like, I hope he's okay. Anyway, so that's why I wanted to talk about angels and demons, because a lot of people don't realize that the universe is all around them. They are part of the universe. You are in the light of your creator, whoever that is, whoever you call it. You were made in that image. You were made, you are part of that creation, and every creation should be treated with kindness and love, because we're all a miracle. Everybody walking is a miracle that we made it through birth. Okay, we're all walking miracles, and so we have to learn to love one another in that aspect. And some of us may not, because we may have been hurt by people, but we have to understand that we may have had fear instilled in us by some people. We may have had all kinds of things, and that's what energetics teaches you, is how to look inside of you and understand who you are, while understanding your environment and only allowing certain things to get close to you, building your mode of positive energy so that the law of attraction can work for you. People ask all the time, why doesn't, let's see, it was probably one of your spirit friends, may have been, because that was kind of wild. You have to take personal responsibility for your actions, and you have to understand why you behave. And again, sometimes it just comes out because people test you. That's a given. Sometimes people will test you and push your little buttons and do all those things to you that just make you act out. But what you need to do when you act out is remember what you did, but try to think back, where did you learn that behavior, and then try to understand why you picked it up, and understand why, what created that, and then try to avoid it from happening again. It's, you don't want to beat yourself up over it, but you want to try, hey Crystal, you want to try to make sure that you're working for your higher self's best interests. And, and your morals are built around you, and the way you do things are built around you. And so but you gotta remember, your morals may be different than someone else's morals are. And so you shouldn't judge that person. As long as they're not hurting you or your children or your family, let them be who they are. And if if the demon is out in them, or the devil's out in them, then you stay away from them. You put a space between you and them. So again, I've learned to be very humble. I have learned to be very caring and loving about people. I understand that I'm only capable, hey Kimberly, I have learned that I'm only capable of doing so much for someone. I can only do so much. I will do what I can, but at one point I have to draw a line, because I want to help people, okay? But I also have to make sure that I'm taken care of and my family's provided for, just like you guys need to do. So that's, that is kind of what, people say, are there angels or are there demons? Yes, and every one of us, there is. Who's my spirit? My higher guide. So you got the three right there. You got your angel, your demon, and your higher self. The perfect, triangle. It's like the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, okay? It's the angel, the demon, and your higher self. It's kind of the same thing. It's the same principle. Start trusting your instincts. Start trusting what your higher self is trying to tell you. If you do that, then you'll have to learn less lessons in life. Because what I've learned throughout this time is that when spirit once you, can it balance? Absolutely. What spirit tries to teach you is that if you don't understand your higher self, they'll create something around you to make you go through something, to make or force you to make a change. Especially people who don't like to change, the way they behave, or make a change in their life that's really needed. Spirit will create an incident and give them that opportunity to make that change. And sometimes you have to hit your very low bottom to really, really make change in your life, because most of us don't really understand that concept. So we wait. Like, I know I did on quite a few times. I waited till bad things happened to make changes, because I didn't want to change, or I was enjoying what I was doing, but it was time to make a change to get me where I'm at today. So I try to tell people, be open to change, and that's hard. Okay, be open to change, be open to positive change, be open to learning new things, understanding people, and coming from a place of your heart. If you can put out that shine, there is nothing that you cannot accomplish. And when we get into a little bit of mediumship, I will take you guys and talk to you about trance work, where you go down into a state with your mind, and if you can get it close to theta and stay there, your mind will pop open and you can create stuff. Like, you can create things to happen. So, those, and if y'all come on a cruise, we'll talk about that too. But anyway, I do recommend energetics for just, if you haven't taken it, it's something you should take. It's not just for mediums and psychics, and it's for people who do everyday life as well, because it helps you understand maybe why things are happening to you. What is it about you that you need to change? I can tell you that when I do aura photo readings, a lot of women on their male side the energy is very low, and on their female side the energy bandwidth is very wide. So one place it's narrow, one place it's wide, and immediately I say you don't trust men, because your bandwidth of your energy, you're allowing fear or something there. There's something there that you're not trusting men. And folks, what I need to tell you, you don't have to trust somebody to fear. You shouldn't fear it. You should have boundaries with people. So how do you change that when you don't trust somebody, or you don't trust a group of people? You learn to set boundaries with them, and when they cross those boundaries, then you have to pull back. You set boundaries. When I do a lot of relationship counseling, one thing I see people stay in the most horrible relationships, but when it boils down, they have to look at why. Why are they staying? Because one, a lot of times it's what they grew up with, or the opposite of what they grew up with. Okay, well, we'll be doing aura photos. I'm actually doing aura photos this Saturday night at the Neutral Ground, so we'll talk about that in a little bit too. But anyway, you have to start understanding and taking responsibility. Why are you afraid? Did you set the right boundaries? Is it that you have a fear of being alone? Is it a security issue? What is it that keeps you in that bad relationship? A lot of people, I just feel sorry. No, stop that. You have to take personal responsibility. You're not going to fix somebody. Know that. They're going to have to fix themselves. You can encourage them to, or maybe have a conversation with them about it. But if they don't do it, you have to set a boundary with them. Then I'm going to hang out here for about another 6 months. If I don't see any change, I'm out. So, and if it gets violent, you get out immediately. But anyway, so understand that everyone has an angel, has a demon, and has a high spiritual self, has your higher self. That is your best friend, your closest guide, is your higher self. Okay. So, yes, aura for you, but yours would look like that too. You don't trust men, Crystal. Anyway, so, and again, a lot of men don't trust women. You should see their photos. So, and it's not that they don't trust them like they think they're cheating or something. They don't trust like some, I notice in a lot of guys when I counsel with them, they feel they can't tell women everything because they're afraid of being judged wrongly rather than compassionately. And so a lot of guys will refrain from letting women. I catch that even people who've been together like 5 years. Like God, you don't know your partner in 5 years. What's up with that? So It's different for everybody, but again, I recommend that you start learning to understand who you are and why you react certain ways. Learn to come from a place of love and being humble. Keep your energy clean. And if you do that, the law of attraction will work and you will get the things you need. Now, don't be greedy and start naming what you want. Allow the universe to tell you what it is you need, and they will bring it to you. This even works in relationships. Like if you're able to shine, what I call shine, and that means that you've cleansed your area and you got that positive energy out there, you can and will attract people to you automatically. You don't have to even go look. They will walk up to you, have a conversation with you. But again, you can't sit at home. They ain't coming to knock on your door. You have to go out and you have to go do things and and be you. But when you're out, you will shine, and it will attract people to you. And I guess one of the best ways that I might say people will understand that, but they don't really hang around with me and my friend Trenny too much. But if you did, you would notice Trenny shines, and that's why a lot of people are very attracted to her as a person, because she's got that, because she really comes from she has loves her animals. She comes from a place of love. She is that person too, and she has I can see the shine in her, like, and it's like a magnet. It will pull to her. That's also why when we're together, we affect lights, we affect sound, because between her and I with the shine, we affect electricity, we affect things because we're shining because of the positive energy around us. We even, like I said, we've even had voice come out of nowhere and speak, raps and taps, all kinds of stuff. But it's because we shine. And I know a lot of you have saw that movie where the guy talked about the shine and all, but it's an energetic, shine. It's not it's not like just because I think I know what movie that was. That was the one with Jack Nicholson. That was the movie with Jack Nicholson up in the mountain in that hotel. Um, so when the man used to tell the little boy, you shine, But anyway, that shine is it's an attraction, and it will attract good to you. It will always protect you if you can get it there. The Shining, that's what it was called. I always attract the crazies. Well, you got to ask yourself, Celeste, why? What are you not doing? Are you such an empath that you're giving too much and you're not demanding and setting boundaries with them? You have to ask them what's going on there, because you don't, you're afraid of not being, or you might be afraid of being cruel because maybe you were treated cruel, so you don't want to be that person. And you don't have to be cruel. You can set boundaries and set borders and tell people, yes, it was The Shining, yes. So yeah, I just kind of want you guys to start understanding that, so you can cleanse your energetic aura. You can cleanse that auric field, and you can start pulling the things you need. A lot of people, when the book The Secret came out, they were wanting money and all this, so they were quitting their jobs because they were putting positive energy as they were going to make money. But if you could put that out in the universe, but you're not going to get it if you don't shine. If you don't come from a right place, it's not going to happen for you. People don't understand that, So there you go. You do have to understand that for the law of attraction to work. You have to shine, and if you shine, it will work. It will pull to you what you need. It will pull to you. You can't. It's not like you can be greedy and say, I want $1 million. I'm just going to quit my job and I'm going to invest all my money in this, and it's going to grow, grow, grow. No, because it takes a lot more than just giving something money or fuel for it to grow. You have to, nurture it, baby it. If it's like say you open a new business, you have to nurture it, you have to baby it, you have to be there. You can't just expect people to walk in. You have to market. You have to do those things. Now, what Shining will do is help you pull the right people to you to allow those things to take place. So understand that too when it comes to the law of attraction. That's something that people missed with The Secret, because I don't think The Secret explained that part in the book too good. So some people went bankrupt when The Secret came out because they all wanted that quick money, that fast money. You have to also find what's going to make you happy, because money is not happiness, and money does not create happiness. Money is a tool. Money is a tool, and it can also create you a lot of pain. It can also create for you a lot of agony. So also know that as well. Yes, it does, Jamie. And like I said, that's probably my biggest fault too. If you can mess with me, it's one thing, but boy, you mess with my family, and I'm done with you quick. But I've learned now not to react to it unless they do something to harm my family. Then I'm gonna kill you. But if they just disrespected my family, I'll separate my family from them. I will separate myself from them. You know, can be the root of all evil. You mean when somebody messes with your family, Tina? So, anyway, I do want to make a little bit of announcement, because this Saturday, if those of y'all want to go hang out or do something, oh yeah, money can be the root of all evil. It's what's happening in America right now. Everybody's wanting money, and it's causing all kind of conflict. And other countries wanting money and power. It's money and power, and they don't get it. But anyway, this Saturday at the Neutral Ground on Hickory Street in New Orleans, from 5 to 9, they're doing a Pagan Pride event. It's an event to raise money for the Pagan Pride Festival, October the 4th. I misspoke and said it was Hex Fest. It's not. It's Pagan Pride. So I need to apologize for that. It is Pagan Pride. It is going to, they're having a fundraiser at the Neutral Ground from 5 to 9. There'll be a bunch of readers there reading, and I'll be there with the aura photography, doing aura photos from 5 to 9. They come with an intuitive reading. I'll even teach you a little bit about the colors if you come in. For me, the photos are $40. If you get a photo, it's $40. If you get a photo from me, then go get readings from other people. I will let you come back and take a free photo with your phone to see if your energy's changed. So if they got healers there and you get a healing, you can come back after and take another photo with your phone for free, because then I don't have to use ink or paper. So I do offer that. No, it does not cost to get in. No, you do not have to buy a ticket. You just show up, and it's an event. And there's, like I said, there's readers. So how they making money is by the readers and myself. We're paying them a portion of what we take in, and it's to help pay for the Pagan Pride Festival, October 4th. I would love to do the festival. However, I am on a cruise October 4th. I'll be heading to Alaska. Maggie and I are going to Alaska October 4th to October 11th on the Norwegian Bliss, which is my favorite, one of my favorite ships from Norwegian. So is the Bliss. So it's a beautiful ship, and we got the perfect room in the perfect location. So I'm very, very happy. But anyway, and for a really good price. Really good price. So I'm excited. But anyway, so this weekend at the Neutral Ground, Saturday, 5 to 9, I'm going to get there around 4 and set up and meet with the hostess, because she wrote me. She's excited. She said to meet me finally. And we're going to get everything set up, and there's going to be readers there. I guess there'll be tarot readers and mediums, and I don't know if they can have any healers there as well. But that's good. Like I said, it's we're all donating portions of everything that we do to Pagan Pride to help them pay for their festival, which is going to be October the 4th. So if y'all can get out there, please get out there and come see us at Pagan Pride. What else I need to tell y'all? So also July 12th. Misty, you need to send me something so I can make a poster and put it on my podcast for you. There is, because it's sold out, but But they do have day. I'll give out day passes, so you can get a day pass. But the rooms are all sold out. But we're doing the Haunted Hotel, the Axe Murderer weekend, and that's going to be July 12th and 13th. And we're going to be doing a live seance at the Apothecary, and we're going to be doing a gallery. We're going to be doing some investigation stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun, but it is a lot of hot. So if you don't like the heat, and you don't have a room, find a friend that has a room. I have Misty as my friend. I'm gonna go hang out in her room if it gets hot. When it gets too hot, because last year when we did it, it was hot. Now, guys, I do have to tell y'all. Let's talk about paranormal investigation. So we're talking about angels, demons, and we're talking about the haunted weekend. So let's talk a little bit about the paranormal investigation when you're investigating. So when we hold events like this, you guys, it's virtually impossible to do an investigation. It's more like it's a gathering. We can do little things, and we can talk about the stories that happen there and stuff like that. We can talk about the different things. But when you have a lot of people who are not professional paranormal investigators, they go crazy when you're trying to do things, and so you normally don't pick up a whole lot. So you'll have to realize that. I mean, you can sense it, because I sensed that place. I was one of the original ones who told him the Axeman was there. Well, I didn't know he was called the Axeman. I described everything, and he said, "That's the Axeman." I said, "Oh, okay." But that was back like in 2015. I don't know, maybe it was later, maybe 2017. We had a class, and the class went on a tour there, and it wasn't the Haunted Hotel at that point, but we felt that, and we told them where we felt that like there was one murder there. And I felt that was in that courtyard. But anyway, so it's up to you, but there's too many people to really investigate the hotels. Every room is sold out, so if we go in somebody's room to feel something, somebody's staying in there. If y'all would like to do, we're going to get together a group of people to do some investigations together. I talked to Misty about it, so we are going to get that group together, and we're going to start doing some investigations and doing some fun things like that. So stay tuned for more of that. I have to get with Misty to get the final, exactly what we're going to do. And we can all have some fun doing some investigations. But again, before you go and think you're investigating something, you have to learn you got to learn how to set a perimeter. You have to learn how to walk. Like, everybody can't just walk everywhere. You just can't have pop people crossing. They're messing up the energy. They're messing up. They're putting their energy in the energy. So it's like, you have to understand that, and you have to be able to, do it the right way. If you really want to get good evidence, you have to truly set a perimeter. You have to have. We usually put cameras that are filming constantly, and we're watching them on a computer somewhere else, and we're looking for activity. We're not always in the area. We have mediums walk it first and show us where to put the cameras. I'll walk in and say, I think you need a camera here, you need a camera here, you want to catch from over here, because this is where you're going to see the most. Because we can feel the energy, the pull, we can feel the cold spots, we can feel the change in temperature, we can feel and sense the things that have happened there. So we'll know right where to place any kind of camera or footage. When you're having a big event, people are running around, some of them have been drinking, and it's a lot of fun. But you can't really do a thorough investigation when there's that many people. Now we got 2 hotels of people that all go be in one hotel, and then they go sleep in the other hotel. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. But it's a lot of like-minded people who are into the same things, and so it's really good to come see the people who are involved in this kind of stuff, and that way you can make connections, make friends. We're going to probably we're probably definitely going to form some form of group probably before then, but we'll probably promote it really heavy during that weekend, and see if we want to get people to go to Jefferson, Texas, and do other traveling to DeRidder. We'll go to, I know they're going to DeRidder on the 26th. They can only take 20 people. So I don't know, how to get you involved in that, but we'll go to DeRidder. We will also go. So, we'll go to the Haunted Plantation. We'll do all of that as a group. And then we will try to take some longer trips. We will do some fundraising and stuff to help alleviate the cost. Okay, so that's what we will do. So anyway, that's some of the cool stuff that's coming up. And also right after that is my mediumship class that next weekend. And then in August is my energetics class, which I do recommend people to take that. If you want to have a better life for yourself, I recommend energetics. It's definitely a good course to help you see. They loved it at Touch Eternity last year. It was a hit of a course. It was definitely a hit. People loved it that got to take it. Anyway, so where is DeRidder? I've seen it on a map. It's kind of like up, what's the highway? It's like you go through Baton Rouge, go up LA1 and go up like towards Alexandria in that area, somewhere up in there. It's about 2.5 hours, 3 hours away north, kind of, in Louisiana. I'm going to probably go there before the 26th. I have no idea. Y'all could look it up. But if you follow me, I posted hey, Mike. I posted, thank you, Bonnie. Yes, Bonnie got to take the class in Orlando, the energetics class. So we're going to have a lot of fun in DeRidder. There's a Gothic jail there that a lot of people, they've got a lot of evidence there. There's been other groups that have gone through and have gotten incredible evidence. I've not gone through it, but I think I'm going to probably go up there before we go and kind of just sense it and see what kind of history I can pick up and see kind of what's going on there. It's like I said, I think they allow groups of 20. I don't think they allow groups of 20. That's what this group wanted, was no more than 20. And they may have limited because they want to do an investigation. Like I told you, when you do an investigation, you have to limit the amount of people that come, because with too many people, you break the energy up. You're gonna miss some of the best stuff. We did one night. A group of us, it wasn't a big group, it was a small, maybe 4 or 5 of us. We were at the old Ember Steakhouse on Bourbon Street, and we went upstairs, and there was a lot of stuff up there. And we had the baby bear with us that attracts children. And there was a young boy who died up there, and he died in one of the fires in the French Quarter. He kept coming through the bear, which was really interesting. And so I will talk about, we're going to meet probably at my friend's house in Metairie to talk about doing some paranormal investigations. I will post it when she's ready. She lives kind of, y'all could come to my house, but I live way out in Kenner. So I'm trying to find a place locally, and a good friend of mine has a house like right in the middle of Metairie, right off of West Metairie, right not far from Misty's house, actually. She lives very close to Misty, but she has a nice big house, and she has a ton of paranormal equipment. So we're going to go over to her house probably to meet and talk about the upcoming investigations. And so those that want to come can come. That's one thing I'm really excited about Touching Eternity 2026 is that we're going to be teaching sensing. And I taught a class with Jennifer Brazier, it was psychic investigation, where we taught people how to investigate, how to... Well, Lori, I have an extra bedroom if you want to fly on down. I don't know how far you are, but... You want to come on down? I have a guest bedroom and a guest bathroom, and it's pretty much, that's actually, when Trini comes in, that's her room, but she's only here about once a month. So anyway, so yeah, we have space. But I want to, we're going to meet at my friend's house Oh, well, you're in Florida. You're not that bad, not that far. You're 1 hour plane ride. Yeah, and but right now plane fare is high. I know, I get it. But if you ever want to come in, just let me know. But a lot of stuff we can share online with people. Like all my classes, most of them are online and in person, so that's really cool. But if you want to come with some of the investigations, like when we do the big ones, like we're going to go to Jefferson, Texas. Well, that's a place all of us have to travel. So I would recommend if you would do it, you could fly into New Orleans or Shreveport because we could pick you up in Shreveport. But New Orleans will probably be cheaper and just ride with us. And we're going to go spend the weekend at a bed and breakfast in Jefferson, Texas. Jefferson, Texas is a very haunted town. They do. Hi, Holly, my love. So Jefferson, Texas is a really cool town. When I had my paranormal group in Texas, we went to Jefferson, Texas and did an investigation. We got all kinds of cool pictures. All kinds of cool pictures. Jefferson, Texas was a town that was a milling town where they did a lot of mill work, and part of the river, Mississippi, an extension of Mississippi went through it. So that was where the wood would go through the river, and they would, hey Zeta, and they would mill the wood, and they had a lot. And back then it was, they had slaves and stuff, so they had put a lot of slaves. Well, the river shifted and it dried it out, and so the town went like completely bankrupt. We not picked a date. We're getting together with a group, Holly, and we're creating a paranormal group in New Orleans. But we don't know yet if we're going to do our own, if we're going to be an extension of one of the ones that are already out there. But me and Misty are going to get together with everybody at Allie's house one day in the very near future to put it together. And so, hey, Michelle. So anyway, so the river dried. The town went bad. They slaughtered a lot of the slaves, which was horrible. They murdered a lot of the slaves back then. And it's actually an area where they used to take them to murder them, where when we filmed it was nothing but solid orbs. Like, it was solid orbs. And I know I don't really get that excited with orbs unless I know they're like they are the light of the spirit, because orbs are the lights of a spirit. If you go to Casadega and the spiritual church, that's what they will teach you. They'll actually got pictures of the spirit and then the orb to the side, because it's the reflection of the light from the spirit that creates the orb. But anyway, so I will take you off to Jefferson, Texas, and there's a place where there was a murder, which we got there, and the tour guide goes, who can tell me what happened here? And all the group, well, he's a medium. So yes, I called it out, and the coolest thing though, and some of y'all have seen this picture, those who've taken any of my classes have probably seen this picture, but there's a cemetery there in this town, and at this cemetery there is literally a grave of a baby next to a tree, and the baby's head is coming out the tree on the front, and his butt's on the back end of the tree. It is weird, and I've got pictures of proof. I have pictures to prove that literally the baby's head is sticking out of the tree and the butt is on the other side of the tree, the baby's butt. I have never seen anything like that. I was just like, how the hell did that happen? How did that, you can't, you know what, you could tell it wasn't carved, right? You're looking at it and you're going, how the hell that happened? Let me see if I can find my one. I've shown it before on one of my lives, but it's in one of the previous lives. You'd have to go find it. But I actually put it. I have it on a PowerPoint. When I teach my paranormal class, it's it's like the opening picture is that baby's head coming out of the tree. It's totally cool. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm going, now there had to be this took a lot of energy and some type of spiritual maybe grief or something energetic had to create it, because it's not carved, but it is in the form of a baby's head. And when you go to the back of the tree, you can see the little baby's behind in the back of the tree. It's crazy. It is crazy. It just amazes me what nature can do. Truly does just amaze me what nature can do. So we will go to Jefferson, Texas, and we will do the ghost tour, but we also go off on our own and we do some experimenting in the video in the PowerPoint that I use when I'm teaching paranormal investigation. We're doing a video where we're on the table with our hands and we're trying to see what's going to happen if the table's going to tip. What's it going to do? Well, the table didn't tip, but you can see a spirit go from one of the girls and come right to me. You can actually see it cross from her to me, and it was that. And there was nobody in the room but us. There was there was nobody outside the window, nothing. But you could see the person go from her, the shadow go from her right over to me when we were calling out stuff, which was really, really cool. So we got a lot of cool evidence in Jefferson, Texas, and it was safe. It was safe energy. It was definitely safe energy because I'm all about safe energy. So, what I mean by safe energy? Okay, so I watch White Cotton class to see things. Yes. Oh, don't we all? But one thing. So what I mean by safe energy? It's more of a residual energy from a history than it was anything. It was nothing. I don't play with demonic stuff anymore. Left that a long time ago. So I don't want to be exposed to that. So I left that a long time ago. So this was more of a residual energy, and you could sense it, and it was still active. This was back in the 1800s. This is over 100 years, probably maybe anywhere from 60 to 100 years ago that a lot of this history took place, because it's like an old general store in town. It's an old town full of bed and breakfasts and old stores and stuff. So it was really cool. So we will have to go there, but after that, we probably will have to go to a few other places and make a little journey trip. So we'll definitely do that as a team. So anyway, back to the main topic today. So that's, guys, what I want y'all to understand about angels, demons, and your higher self. It's like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. You are a complete spiritual being. You are a complete universe. Your energies are that. We all have positive, negative things with us, but we get to choose when we use them. And that's what I want you to get more control of in your life, is when do you choose to be kind, or when do you choose to be angry? So that is up to you as a person. Because let me tell you, I was raised by, and y'all might have heard me, I was raised by two totally opposite women growing up, because I was a latchkey kid. My parents worked all the time. So I was raised by two completely different women. I mean, there was nothing alike about either one. One was an older white woman who came from Monroe, right north of Monroe in Kilburn. Her family had, farmland and stuff. She was raised on kind of like a plantation. She was very fearful of black people, very fearful, because of what she was raised and what she was told. And then I was raised by a black woman who was loving and caring, and she's still alive today, Miss Lois. I love her to death. She loves my husband. My husband loves her. My family loves her. She's just one of she's one of the nicest people out. She's family. Let's put it that way. She's family, and so both of them created me. So I have to suppress the negativity from one. And I got to witness a lot of things. But the thing about the lady from Monroe was that she opened me a lot up to the metaphysical world. In her house, me and my little sister both used to see one of those. It wasn't a demon, but it's a dark figure. It's not a demon. It doesn't hurt you. But it was a dark figure that would come out of the closet and sit it. And I think she saw it because she used to always talk about the little fellow. She would always say, well, that little fellow. We think that was the little fellow. Well, I know nothing little about it because it was tall. And it had a cloak. And it was dark, but it would never hurt us. It just watched us. And I didn't even know my little sister had seen it. I thought it was only me. And it was, 40 years later, I'm swimming. This is after Katrina. And I start to talk about mine. And I said, but you know what used to be weird? She goes, you mean the black, she says, the black figure that used to come out the closet? I said, yeah, how'd you know about that? So we know we both saw it. So, which was really cool. Now, my older sister was there, and she She never did see it, but me and my little sister like saw it, and it just helped us bond that we both got to see that because my older sister didn't sleep there like me and my little sister did, but we'd had to sleep at the babysitters a lot, and so we remember that at the baby. But she was very metaphysical. She had a lot of metaphysical stories and stuff that she used to share with us. And so, but and again, I don't think she wasn't like mean racist. She was fearful racist because of the way she was raised and the negativity that was brought around her. And so that's why, what's going on in the world today with everybody hating certain groups. Why I try to stay with, because I know it's out of fear and hate, and it's fear or hate. It's one or the other. And that's also what energetics teaches you, is how to identify fear and hate, and to make sure it doesn't affect you. Because if you can understand it, then you can get past it. And so, but then the other lady, the black lady who raised me, was just she's still with us today. She's been with my family, God, since I was like 10 years old, and I'm what, 64 next month. So she's been with my family for over half a century. She's still with us. She still works at the seafood place 1 or 2 days a week. She still goes to the casino every now and then. I love her. She's just a lot of fun, Miss Lois, and my whole family loves her. My husband loves her. She's a doll. But anyway, so choose who you want to be in life, and try to be a good person that comes from the heart, and love other people. Try to have an understanding of what they're going through, and sometimes hope that you're not ever going to have to go through what they've gone through. And that's what energetics is about, understanding. Anyway, so while I'm here, so before I go, I want to do some more readings for you guys. I brought my cards again, because I want you guys to learn the cards, because I have more people asking me when am I going to teach my next tarot class. And so I want you guys to know a little bit about the cards before we go there. Yes, kill people with kindness. I love all people. I got so many people that despise me and hate me or think I'm weird and strange. I could care less. I don't hate them. I learn to love them. I learn to love them. Because sometimes they don't understand things, and I get that. You can, the Pope. Yes, Elizabeth, the Pope, the House, and Temperance, which means kindness and love and the flow of life. So, Elizabeth, do you have a question? I'll answer questions for you. Or you can do like TK just did, do a general 3-card reading. What do you want me to do, Elizabeth? You were first. I love y'all too. Y'all are just great. Great to come join me on my Wednesday night 8 o'clock rants. I love you guys. Anyway, so Elizabeth, do you have a special? You want me just to pull 3 cards, or do you have a special question you want to answer? I'll do either or. You gotta type it for me, baby. Well, Elizabeth, while you typing, while you're typing, Elizabeth, I'm gonna go to TK and pull 3 cards for TK. All right. Well, and it might take a minute to cross over on my side, Elizabeth. But as soon as you let me know what you want, if you have a question, just you want 3 cards. 3 cards would be great. I'll catch you next, Elizabeth. Ooh. TK. Looks like to me you have someone near to you that almost gets in trouble but gets out. So what I got is the Page of Swords, and then this is beating it, but there's the trouble right here. Now the devil is not really the devil. The devil is all about addictions, and it doesn't mean drugs, necessarily alcohol, but it also means like shopping, food, anything ridiculous. But what it says looks like somebody almost gets in trouble, but things get better for them. So what I'm going to say to you, TK, is because I don't think this is you because it was another person. Do you have kids? So be careful around the kids. I think one of the kids might get in a little trouble and you're going to have to intervene if you have children. If not, it's somebody near to you, but it's definitely somebody younger because you got that page of sword there. So that's what I want to say to you is be mindful. I think that someone's going to reach out to you. I think you're going to help save somebody. So, or help somebody get through a tough time where they could possibly get in trouble. Okay? And now, Elizabeth, I will pull 3 cards for you. Let me mix these up again a little bit more so I don't pull the same cards. Sometimes I do. All right, Elizabeth, this one is for you. I want to pull here, and I think I want to pull this one. All right, Elizabeth, this talks about you saving money to go on a trip. So it's like trying to rearrange funding because there's a trip that I see you going on. Here's the travel. Here is you trying to figure out like what you're going to spend on that trip. And there's the money coming to you to do the trip. Or that could be a man that you're going to go with. So just saying. Maybe the man's going to pay for it. Anyway. So, all right. So let me go to Elizabeth. Right, because they're going kind of fast. So 1, 2, 3. Elizabeth. In business, Elizabeth, there's something to do with work and partnerships with you. This is partnerships. This is work. Okay, this is like really like, this is telling you that you're going to have to, whatever you're doing to work, you're going to have to really, really, really put some effort into it. And with that comes the reward. So that's the reward, which is the Magician. That means you have everything you need to work with. I kind of feel too when I felt this come through. I also felt like there may be something with what you do for work or what you do. There's going to be like maybe a period where you might not get the tools you need, but you're there to see to that you get what you need, and it does come. But you might feel a little beat because it may take you to work a little extra harder to get what you need. Hopefully it's money and a raise. But anyway, what else do I have? I'm going fast on me now. This is for Kat. Celeste, did I do you yet, baby? No, huh? Okay, I got to come back to Celeste. I don't think I did Celeste. All right, Kat. Kat, you making decisions. So I don't know if you're going to something with court or if it's some like decision you have to make that's going to make a stand for you. But whatever it is, it's about finances and it's about you making decisions to move some money. And it's a smart idea. The Fool, when he's straight up, is all about clever. Here is the 6 of Pentacles, which is the balancing of the money. And here's what the issue. This the Queen of Wands. She's always about issues or something with court or something like that. So that's what I'm going to say for you. All right, Celeste, let me see, baby. Yours is going to be about love. No, it's not. Ooh. This is about a decision you're going to have to make, Celeste. I got Judgment that you don't see coming. And you're going to have to make decisions. If you make the right decisions, you'll get a gift from heaven. So it's all about decisions in order for your life to have peace and harmony in it. Okay, let me see. Go down the line again. Jamie, I will get you. And then Tina, and then Cindy. Woo. All right, Jamie, let's see what you get, baby. I see you in Chalmette on Friday night. No, I'm just kidding. Ooh. Girl, you always lucky. I'm so mad at you. There you got money, the big money card. That's the big money card. You got the big money card, and that is luck. And that is, I kind of think this, because I know a little bit, I know a little bit about you. I think this is about you finding a way to create new money and come in and to help come in with your life. Okay, so I think that's what that is definitely about. Now let me do Tina, and then y'all moving. Y'all moving fast. Tina, I'm coming for you. Then Cindy, and then Lori. Tina, Cindy, Lori. Tina, I kind of see you having to. I don't know if you're looking to buy a home or you're investing in a home, but this is about something to do with the home. You've got the home. You've got the Queen of Wands, which she's about figuring things out to possibly maybe either sell or renovate something, and that is figuring out the finances and talking to the right people to get it done. Okay, and that was Tina. So Cindy is now, and then Lori. So y'all starting to go quick. So on the screens, I don't want to lose you. Oh no, I can't. I just read that one. That's the same 3 cards. I got to mix these up. All right, Cindy, I got to mix these up, my baby, and then I'll get Lori. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and let's pull. I really pulled 3 cards that I just pulled. That was weird. Okay, so this Cindy tells me that you are working on your spirituality and you're trying to figure out, I don't know if you do anything in the metaphysical world, but it says you're looking at working on your spirituality, that you're trying to invest time and nurture it, and you're really putting some work into it. This is work. This is your spirituality, the Hermit, and this is nurturing and investment. So that's what that is about for you. And let me see, Lori. Am I on Lori now? Lori, 1, 2, 3. Lori, what it tells me to tell you right now is pay attention to your bills and make sure you don't make any unnecessary purchases. So hold off on big purchases right now, because what it says is here is that there's a large sum of money that's going to be invested in something that's kind of got a smoke screen around it, and but I want you to relax from it for a bit, because that guy is resting, he's taking it easy. It's like, I need to relax, I need not to jump into nothing right now that's too big. So it's okay to do small things, but right now for the next month or so I probably wouldn't do any big financial thing. Be careful with that. Okay, and that was Lori. We love that. No, it's Carrie, yes, I'm going to go to you now, Carrie. If I missed you, I'm sorry. And then there's Melissa. So, Carrie, let's see what we got, my baby. So, you too got so this is also about nurturing, watching money grow. And I think it's about money because the second card here is holding on to money. So it looks like that you're trying to make some financial changes. So I pay attention to that. And that's and because you got temperance. So it's like you're trying to improve your life. You're trying to make some investments in you. I think that's really, really important. So that's, if I was reading you this one pile, that's what it would mean. Now you realize when I do this, there's 28 cards I'll lay out. So, no, 29 cards. It's 27. Notice, 9 piles with 3. That's 27 and 2. So I lay out 29 cards when I read. So 3 cards are just a very short thing. Elizabeth would love to go on the cruise. Well, come on. Money would get me. Well, let's hope you get the money to come on that cruise with us. That would be absolutely wonderful. All right, Latanya. No, Melissa. Then Latanya. All right, Melissa. Melissa, there's somebody in your life right now that you kind of need to push away a little bit in order for you to grow. There's somebody that's kind of suppressing you, so I want you to pay attention to that. I got the star, which is the growth and the success, but there's the person. That's the unwanted visitor who's coming in there and causing you to do hardships with trying to grow. So there's somebody in there that needs to be removed for you. All right, Latanya, now it's your turn. All right, let's see. Let me mix these up a little bit because I don't want to keep pulling the same cards for everybody, because I'm wondering, how can I help you grow if I keep showing you the same 3 cards? And learn these things. Okay. No, it's the same card. I don't want to pick the same cards. All right, if you get the same card, there's 2 of the same cards. Okay, that one's a little, it came up early, but it's a little different. It's not the same way. I like that. Now, what I see coming for you, and this is Melissa. No, this is Latanya. I'm sorry. Latanya, I kind of feel when I'm looking at these cards that there's triumph for you. I kind of see somebody moving into your life. Looks like a male, could be a friend. I don't know if it's a friend or a relation, but they're really, really trying to work with you and help you improve. So pay attention to that. This looks like a good male friend. There he is. There is the success, and there you are. So I say pay attention to that. I see that coming up for you probably within the next 30 days. And yeah, you're keeping us busy. Keeping me busy. All right. I think that's it. Yeah. So I think that was it for everybody. So that was just, again, I'm gonna pull some cards just to show y'all. So death is always about change. When it's straight up, it's fast change. Upside down, it's slow change. Two of Cups, it's all about relationships, not necessarily a love relationship. It could be a business relationship, could be something that deals with some form of relationships. If depending on the cards around it, it could be romantic. I'll try to pull 10 cards and read them to you so that you can kind of know what I'm randomly pulling them. The Five of Swords, it's all about sometimes you defeat an issue, but even if you defeat the issue and you win, winning is not always winning. That's what this card's about. You see how he beat his friends over there and he got their swords from him, but did he really win? What did he have to sacrifice for that win? That's what that card's about. The Tower of Destruction, which is one of my favorite cards. You know, heard me say that a lot. The Tower of Destruction. So this looks like a bad card, but for me, it's the perfect card. Because the Tower of Destruction, oh God, there's a whole bunch down here. Hey. Okay, Mark, I'm gonna do you. I'm just now seeing you because you fell below the line here. So I will do you, Mark. All right. So Tower of Destruction is all about. It's all about burning the old grass so new grass can grow. What it means is that you've gotten so settled in something that you've not been able to change anything about it, and you've not been able to move forward with it. Flores, I'm trying to sell my book to a production company. Okay, I will ask you that. I will answer that for you in a minute. Hey, honey bunny Alicia. As soon as I read Mark, I will do it. So let me do these next two readings real quick. Then I'll go back and read a few more cards for you before I go. So I'm going to do Mark, and then I'm going to do Gigi. All right, Mark, let's get some good ones for you. All right. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, that's funny. So basically what this says to me is that, Mark, always remember that the sword cuts both ways, especially when it comes to you're celebrating and partying, because sometimes it can affect your work. So be careful. I had to laugh when that came up. I'm sorry, friend. I'm sorry. But that just says, and again, what this could also mean is that you may change or do something different in your career that is to do with like it has to do with socialization or maybe events or something that's like restaurant or something that's very social. So you may get involved on the side with something like that. That could mean that as well. So I want to say there could be more than one meaning there. All right. All right. Let's see. This is for Gigi. I'm a friend of Laura's. I'm trying to. So let me see what it's going to say for you, Gigi. So right now, what it says to me to tell you, Gigi, is that friendship is important. Your connection will come through friendships, so pay attention to that. It also says that you have to nurture it and allow it to build. And I do think something will happen because you got the Hangman, which is, it's all about your inner being. So that's really, really important. So pay attention there and move forward with that. And that might help you find what you need. I do see that the right connections come through friendships. That's what the Sun is all about. Okay, because you have a friend that's connected through the family too. That's also could mean what that card's about as well. And so that's what I would pay attention to for you, Gigi. Okay, and the number's right. I love you. Oh, Mark's careful. I'm just teasing Mark. Mark and Jamie. They're my new besties. They get me in trouble all the time. Oh, he's gonna be socializing Friday. Yeah, you too. My bestie. So let me pull a couple more cards just to go over some meanings with you guys. So the Ten of Cups is all about family. It's all about things, celebration in family. If it's upside down, it's the opposite. But when it's straight up, it's all about celebration and fun with family. The not yeah, the nine of coins is all about. Nine of coins talks about like 401ks, investments, property, things that you have, like in you know, like in that kind of arena. It's all about old money or money that's sitting and growing. The cards can tell you anything. Like they cover every aspect of life. The seven of coins is a lot about it's like working hard to make your money grow. It's staying on top of and keeping your path moving right. So that your money grow. If it's upside down, it means the opposite. It means that you're not doing what it takes. You're not helping. You're becoming stagnant in your money. You're becoming stagnant in things. The Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is all about new beginnings. All the aces are about new beginnings. But this is new issues, new beginnings. This is a legal action. This could be a surgery, depending upon what's around it. It has a lot of different meanings. And I'm going to do one more for you guys. I'm going to do one more after because I don't want to end on a bad note. The Nine of Swords. Notice that the numerology of these cards, that the nines are all about endings or about things that like are old or and stuff. So nine, this is all about worry, being awake. This could be a health issue depending on what's around. It's about worry. It's about not being able to sleep. Sometimes it's about cosmic dreaming if it's around spiritual cards. So just know that. I mean, I don't want to end on that one. Well, okay, I don't want to end on this one either, so I'm going to do two more. So this is the Five of Cups. Look at this card. It's exactly what it says. It said sometimes we focus on the negative when the positive is right there behind us. This guy is looking at 3 cups of wine spilled over, which would make me cry, but right behind him is 2 filled cups that he's missing because he's so focused on the negative. And this is my move card. And with the 10 of coins, this means you're going to make some kind of move. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's in your job, depends upon what's around. But it's a definite, this is a move card. It means move, 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 move. And that's for me. Other people read different. That's how I read. That's how my spirit, how my spirit connects. Because when you read tarot, you got to be able to hit every type of life situation. And sometimes in the old decks, because this is the original, the right waiter, Rider Waite, it's Rider Waite deck. It is one of the oldest. It's built on one of the oldest tarot forms. And so when you read that, every life situation wasn't developed then. So I have certain cards that because they have other cards that have the same meaning pretty much in the cards, I've changed some cards to mean things personal to me. So you need a card or two. How about 3, Mary? How about 3? Let's give Mary 3. 3 for Mary. Well, it says, even though times are dark, the moon is there. It says that you're still looking towards your future and there is success. Remember, I tell people all the time that when we refuse to make changes in our life, the universe will create shit to happen to you. And you might think it's like a horrible moment, but it's really opening a new door for you. And it might take you a little bit to get through the door, but it will definitely open up new doors for you. So know that. Know that. And then Mary, I randomly picked those, girl. I randomly picked those. But anyway, and if anybody knows what this is, I know a lot of y'all see me carry it a lot, but do y'all know what it is? Why I carry it? Yes, it has been created for you, love. Does anybody know this has 2 names. This is a stone from my shop that I carry with me a lot, especially if I'm working doing mediumship or if I'm doing psychic readings. Even when I read tarot cards, I'll hold this in my hand and I'll play with it. This is it's got 2 names. The earth name is alligator quartz because it looks like alligator skin. See, it looks like alligator skin, but the metaphysical name for it is celestial. This is I'll tell you in a minute. I'll tell you this rock's property is to keep you connected to your high spirits, to your high spiritual self. That's what this rock is for. This rock's used in a lot of deep meditations. It's used. I used to have a gigantic one that you could put your feet on and just threw you out. And I gave it to one of my students who really needed help with trance, and I gave him like my big alligator quartz that I had that I used to be able to put my feet on and zone out. But anyway, so alligator quartz celestials are really good for meditations, for connecting to your higher spirits. One day I'll do a rock class on here, stone class for you guys, because I haven't done that yet. So maybe we'll do that soon. So when is the cruise? The cruise is April. Let me put it up there for you, because I actually have it right here. The cruise, Touching Eternity 2026, is April 19th to the 26th of 2026. It is all up and ready. If you go to my website, sid-patrick.com/touching-eternity, it will tell you all about the cruise. It'll tell you about the classes. It'll give you what the current cruise, it tells you what the cruise price was when I booked it first, but it does change. It depends on when you sign up. Right now, it depends on what kind of deals they have going on and stuff like that, because they will give it to you cheaper if they can. I mean, it depends on what promotions that Norwegian has going when you book it. What I like about Norwegian too, do you ever touch on the pendulum? Oh yeah, we did that. I have a whole series on the pendulum, whole episode on pendulums, but I'll touch on them again. I'll revisit pendulums because when we go on this cruise, I'm going to recommend that you bring a pendulum. So when you sign up for the cruise and you sign up for the class, when you sign up for the class, you're going to get a letter. Right? When you sign up for the cruise, you get a letter. When you sign up for the class, you're going to get a letter, and it's going to explain a lot about the things we're going to do. We're going to be using pendulums on this cruise because we're going to be doing. I'm going to show you guys. We're going to teach you what they call mapping, and mapping is how we find like missing people. It's how we find missing objects. I'm going to teach you guys how to map, and you use a pendulum to map. Pendulum, piece of paper, and a pencil or a pen, and and I'm going to teach you guys how to map. And then what we'll do is we're gonna have y'all find stuff by using the pendulum and mapping, and let y'all find things. We can put y'all on a scavenger hunt. That's like I said, some of the classes are fun, but the cruise is April 19th through 26th. We're going to have a lot of fun on this. The reason I dropped the price drastically from the previous Touching Eternity because there are 2 excursions that I would hope you would go on. It depends on what you're going for. If you're going for the healing aspect of this cruise, you definitely want to go to the Belize stop to see the healer. And even if you're here for healing and not the sensing, the C notes they do a spiritual cleanse in the C note, but we're also going to sense the C note as well and the surrounding areas because it's very spiritual, and so we're going to have people sense it. And so we're going to teach you how to sense before you go. The first stop is Cozumel, and that's where we're going to do the C note and the sensing. And the second stop is Belize, where we will go see the healer. We will have activities throughout the days. There's 2 days at sea. That's going to be all classes during those days. There'll be some events in the evenings, and there'll be a couple of hour or so each evening with something to do with the group. So I want us also to be able to enjoy the cruise too. So I don't want to overbook you with classes as well, but I want to make sure we all have a great time, and I want to make sure we have people there to give you the right education. And so I brought in a good team here. Trenny used to own, other than being a phenomenal medium, Trenny has owned a paranormal company, and she does a lot of sensing herself. Misty also has her own show, Quest, and so it's all she talks about is, paranormal and sometimes serial killers and stuff, and helping find those people. And then we have, Jill Mercer, who's on TikTok. She's a huge following, and she's the storyteller of TikTok. And so she's coming along with us, and she's going to be teaching some stuff and talking about some stuff. So we're gonna have a very good cruise. I have 2 more people trying to book onto the cruise to teach. I got to see what their expectations are, because we're not going to have there's going to be classes, but it's not going to be enough time to have a whole bunch of teachers. And so, I gotta just feel out what they want to do. Yes. Wait, Jamie, you got to rephrase that. A week of us together with an unlimited alcohol bill, all paid for. Oh, I'm teasing her. So it's, I want this to be a fun event as well as an educational event. I want people, because you can bring your family on this and get a room, and you could come to the class. They can go play on the boat, or they can go do things, in the evenings with you, because you're gonna have evenings off. So this is an event where you can, you can bring family or a friend and still spend time with them, but still be able to go to the classes and stuff. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I picked Norwegian because their price includes their drink package. It includes they get one fine dining experience, plus they give you cabin credits that help you pay for your excursions. So when you go look at it, it'll give you a deduction on the excursion. So that's why I picked Norwegian, because they give you a lot of stuff, for a very good price. So that's why I went ahead and booked with them. I do recommend, if you're interested in going on the cruise, if you do want to go on the cruise, I do recommend you follow Cruise News, because there's a lot of changes in the cruise industry. I know that some of the cruise lines are raising their prices on the drinks, and like the drink packages and stuff. And I don't think Norwegian has done that yet. I know Carnival's done it, and Royal's done it, and a couple others have done it. Norwegian has not. So I'm hoping that if you try to get in there and at least book it, you only have to put down, I think, a $250 deposit to hold it, and you can finance the whole cruise through. They don't use a firm; they use a company like a firm, but they give you zero interest, so you can make payments on your cruise. So, and you can pay for it as you go. I am offering people who sign up for the cruise, if they purchase their course before December, by December 31st, they get $50 back. We're going to refund you $50 to your credit card. So you're going to actually get the classes for $350 versus $400. So I tell you, if you get, but again, I cannot offer you the classes until you have to sign up for the cruise in order to sign up for the class. You can go on the cruise and not do the class, but you can't do the class and not be on the cruise. So you have to sign up for the cruise first. And the way we have you to book it, she sends me an email with everybody that has booked a cruise, and then we send out additional information. We send out more stuff to you when that happens. And she actually sent me an email today to make sure that I send that out to you guys once you book, so that you have more information, because we want you to have a really good time. Make sure you have a passport. Yes, you're going to Mexico. Sometimes they let you get off with just an ID, like an official ID, but it's not safe. Right now, with all that's going on, I would tell you, get your passport. Just do it. Or you could go on the cruise. You can go on the cruise ship and just not leave the boat, and then you don't really need your passport. But you can't leave the boat. Then you have to stay on the boat. So I would not recommend getting off the boat without having a passport available. And what I recommend people to do, and I'll send this in a letter to you, is take a picture of your passport, like a photocopy. Leave your passport in your safe in your room when you go off the boat. Have a copy of your passport with you, just in case you get stopped. But anyway. If they're going to get off the boat, I would ask, when you call, when you speak to Nicole, ask her, I only think it's if they're getting off the boat. If they're on the boat, they don't need it. I don't know. Your teenager might not. I would talk. Nicole can answer that better. I would say yes, but talk to Nicole because there's so much for kids to do on the boat, and there's really, other than the things that we're doing special, there are things you can do off the boat, but for the price that it costs, a lot of it isn't worth it. Like okay, I'll give you an example. Maggie and I went to the Bahamas a few weeks ago on a cruise, and it was with Norwegian, and we got the spa. We bought extra the spa package, which it's the it's not it's the thermal spa package. So inside the gym, there's an area. There's a male side, a female side, and there's a co-ed middle. So you go through your dressing room, you get dressed, and there's like a hot tub in your dressing room. In the male side, there is a steam room, and in the female side, there's a steam room. And in the male side, there's a sauna, and the female side. But in the middle, there's these hot stones you can lay on, and it's like right in the front of the boat. So you lay in, you're looking at all, whatever you're looking at whatever's in front of the boat. And it's very relaxing. There's a big jacuzzi. When you sit in this jacuzzi, stand in this jacuzzi, it's up to your neck. Okay, it's deep. And then it's got some light, it's like a pool, but it's a jacuzzi, a big jacuzzi, and it's got heavy water that'll hit you and massage you. And then there's a smaller jacuzzi for those who just want something a little more lighter. And when everybody goes off the boat, that's when we go there. So like we went to Stirrup Cay. It was a beach, and people were lying out there swimming. I was in the pool on the boat. When you go to the beach, you got to pay for your food and your alcohol. I was eating and drinking free and going. I had a beautiful view. I was in front of and there was nobody there but me and Magni. Most people went off the boat to this. It was an island with nothing on it but a beach for the whole day, and we had the best time staying on the boat. So it just really depends. So that's when I would if it wasn't for me going to the Healer or the C Note, I wouldn't get off the boat on this cruise because I've done this cruise so many times that I've been to every port. Sometimes I get off in the port and I'll go buy some medications because if you have to take meds, they're really cheap down there. If you go to the right place, you can really find some great deals on medications that you can't get here, and you get them without a prescription. So nothing illegal, but all the basic stuff, antibiotics, anything. As long as it's not a narcotic, you can get it there. And you can't get the narcotic. If you bring them on a boat, you can get in trouble. But there's other meds you can get there. Like, if you can get any kind of med there, as long as it's not a narcotic, you're fine. And you can bring them on because I usually go there and stack up on some of my meds because I save a lot of money on some of the things that I have a high copay on. So it's just letting you know what's out there. All right, so I see the numbers are dwindling because I'm just rattling on it. It's almost 9:30. But Touching Eternity, the cruise, April 19th to 26th. We also have Discovering the Medium with You. That's Discovering the Medium in You. That's July 19th and 20th. It's a weekend course. They 2 all-day courses. It's like 10 or 11 till like 5 or 6 in the evening, 2 days in a row. There will be a follow-up class behind that as well. If you take this class and the energetics class, you get a discount. I don't know how much. You have to go to my website and figure that one out. But if you do take them both, you do get a discount. So I think it might just be I think it's like $25 or $50 discount if you take both classes. Again, Discovering the Medium in You is where we work on your mediumship. We will be doing exercises and working together, doing things to help you develop the medium inside of you. We're going to find out what is your clairs, what are you working with, and we're going to try to work with those as well as bring out the other clairs in you as well. So that's what the mediumship class is about for that. And energetics is... I get to energetics is August 23rd and 24th, and that one is $125. And that class, I wanted to charge more for it because it's a really good class, but I wanted to keep it low because I want people to try to come to. This is an important class. I think most people need this, no matter what you do. So I highly recommend that. the energetics, because it's going to really teach you a lot about cleansing you and using the law of attraction to get what you want in life. Learning how to be happy. All right, folks. It's getting late. I have work tomorrow. I love you guys. I've had a great time talking about you and talking with you. So go ahead and check out the information on my website, sid-patrick.com, and look at the upcoming classes and the upcoming cruise. The sooner you book your cruise, the better. Thank you, Melissa. Good night to you, darling. Love you too. Go look at the things that are coming up, and I will be back with you probably sometime during the week, but definitely next Wednesday as well. Good night. Sleep well, you guys. Thank you for joining me on Touching Eternity. Well, let me do it the right way. Thank you for joining me on Touching Eternity, the podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick.